this is like a criminal. Everybody know me, they say that she go. Lipstick, liner, lashes for celebrities. And if she looking good, then you say she be. Oh, you think you know me? Probably Instagram. Reposting my picture saying you're a fan. No need for a filter, cause my beat is ill. Have you looking good? Man, if looks could kill.
Okay guys, I know I'm a little pale right now, but we'll fix that in the end. But I'm going to be using this. It's the Ultimate Neutrals eyeshadow palette from BH. You can see I already did one eye, and I can tell you already that I absolutely love this palette. Let's just get that out of the way. When you open it up, you have all of these gorgeous colors. And what I love most about it is that there's a ton of transitional colors in there, which is so important. All of these mattes up top are good for transitional colors. Very first thing I have to do is prime my lid. So I'm going to use Soft Ochre from MAC. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to spread that all over my lid and down. Gotta move quickly because this product does harden. I'm making my very first color, this one right here. It is third from the left, and I'm using a Sigma E40 for that. Right away, I just knew that I loved it because as soon as I put my brush to my face, it was like, okay, this is nice and pigmented. I've never used BH before, so it was new to me. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Now I see why it's all the rage. And I'm gonna move 2 over, an even more reddish brown. Moving my brush down, still using the same brush, but just in my mind, I'm just thinking of it like I'm just moving my brush down ever so slightly. If you have a smaller eyelid, then this is not the brush for you. If you have less space between brow and crease, you're gonna wanna use a smaller brush that doesn't fan out so much. I'm gonna go into the color right next to the color we just used, this one right here. I've switched brushes because I wanna work within a smaller space. However, this is the brush that you might wanna use from jump if you have less, what I like to call real estate. I could pick up my first brush, just make sure that those colors are merging together without adding any product to the brush. Now I want to go to our color right there on the end. Using that same brush, I forgot to mention that it is the MAC 221, one of my absolute favorite brushes. Okay, and that dark purple I could begin to bring onto the tail end of my eye, moving it inward. I want the bulk of my color to be on the outside here, and then I'm fanning it in. And the one thing that this palette does lack is a solid black. So you're gonna have to reach into your blacks. This is my absolute favorite black, obviously, because it's run down. But it is Blackout from Urban Decay. And I'm putting that right on the tail end. Okay, I wiped off my MAC 221. And I'm dipping it right back into that purple that we put down. Merging the two together. So I'm cool with the depth that I have on the outside of the eye, and now I need to concern myself with the inside of the eye. So this cut crease that I have going, as per usual, I am creating the cut crease by using my same primer. So going back into my Soft Ochre, I'm now no longer using it as a primer though, I'm just kind of using it like an eraser. Going above my crease and carrying it in. Think of it as the same concept as cleaning up your eyebrows. After you put your brow on and you kind of drag your angled brush with concealer underneath it. This is the same concept. You're just erasing, really. Now that I have my shape, I could take a brush that's going to cover more area and begin to really erase eyeshadow that might have gotten in places I didn't want it. The reason that I don't like concealer for that is because concealers are too wet. And it's like their purpose is to be wet. So I don't care how much translucent powder I put over it, it's gonna crease eventually. So I'd rather just use a product that I know is gonna dry hard. For my lid, I'm gonna go into this champagne color here. I kind of dampened my brush just so that it would be that much more shimmery. making sure I don't go over my crease. I'm gonna go back into my dark purple and just make sure that it's merging the way that I want it to. Okay, and I absolutely love this stuff from STILLA. It comes like with an applicator like this, and it's just like a glitter, but it's liquid and it dries hard, which is awesome, which means you don't have fallout. I gotta pull my lid just to make sure that I'm getting it in between the creases. And I keep a fan just so that I could fan myself so that that glitter doesn't settle into the creases. Taking my MAC spiked pencil, I can begin to draw my eyebrow on. Baby strokes is all you need. I can take a little gimme brow from Benefit. Just kind of fan it through. This does two things. It tints the brow, and then it also makes sure that the hairs stay in place where I want them to be. I'm gonna take some MAC concealer that's a little too light for me. This is Studio Finish. Coming out the edge there. Down. I didn't do that already on this side, so. Get her done. Okay, and now I can give myself the sharp line. We carry out that eyeshadow so that when we do this, we have room to play with. I should go a little bit higher. NARS was nice enough to send me their whole new line. I think it's 33 colors. And they know that I love their liquids. I often use their liquids. If I'm carrying the liquid, it's going to be NARS. This is a little thicker than what I normally carry though. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I already have it on, but I'm trying to just smooth it out before I put the concealer on. If you're wondering, the color that I use in that is Syracuse. Concealer on, I'm using MAC Studio Finish concealer. And I'm gonna go right up against that edge that I created for myself. Same on this side. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the rest of my face and then contour, and I'll be right back to show you what I'm gonna do on the under eye and lashes. So as you can see, I completed the eye, put my lash on. So what I did was use our third color, black eyeliner, putting it right in my waterline, and also carrying it down a little bit. Taking that same brush and that same color and just kind of working them together. And then right on the tail end of the eye, I'm taking off black. I'm going to use my concealer like a magic eraser. I simply cannot find a lash that I love more, so Dallas from LUV Lashes. It's just, I hope you like them because I'm pretty much ready with everything. And I'm getting the inside of my eye with that black liner, just like the tear duct. I'm also going to tight line a little bit. I did that using Smolder from MAC. Now popping on this lash. I'm gonna douse myself in mascara. I used Lancome's Monsieur Big for that. I'm gonna use Anastasia Beverly Hills for my blush. I think I'm going to use a mixture of that pink and purple. Gotta be super faint with this. Let me just try something out here. A little orangey, but I'm not mad at it. Definitely not the color that I should have gone for, but it's already done. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. I probably should have used the color right next to it. But it's cool. I'm not like super mad. Okay, and for a lip, thinking along the lines of like dark purple. Yeah, this is kind of what I was going for. Double Fudge from MAC. I'll mix it with this John. This is Hang Up from MAC. I think I like this. I don't know why in my mind I feel like I look like Diana Ross, but in all actuality I probably look more like a drag queen imitating Diana Ross. Anyway, that is the look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a marvelous New Year's. I hope that you're safe, surrounded by people that you love, and ready to bring in a new year and get cracking at whatever it is that your heart desires. Come into it with fresh ideas, I hope, for you, and the willingness to work hard and not give up. And speaking of going into the new year loved, I wanted to very briefly just kind of update you guys and request of you to pray for my friend Wade Lee. Many of you, if you've been on this journey with me for a long time, you know Wade as being one of my dear friends. He's part of the YouTube community, has a history in YouTube, but doesn't really do it anymore because he's run off and become super, super successful as a hairstylist, doing editorial work in New York and just really living his dream. He was my roommate that a lot of you guys know, and I'm so happy to report that he's doing phenomenally in his career. But just as things seem to just be perfectly falling into place, Wade got married to his husband last year, or 6 months ago actually, and out of nowhere his husband fell ill and was diagnosed with stage 3 pancreatic cancer. So his husband, who is just the sweetest man, equally as sweet as Wade and as kind and generous, is now fighting for his life. And he was strong, he was healthy, and it's just like one day he fell sick, and he's very, very ill now. So both of them had well-paying jobs and, you know, were successful in their own right, smart with their money. But when someone is diagnosed with such a heavy diagnosis, you know, Stephen can no longer work, and Wade is his only caretaker. Both of them are out of towners. Both of them live in New York, but neither of them are from New York. So really the only support system that they have in New York is their friends. So with Stephen being out of work and Wade being out of work, obviously things have become incredibly tight. Friends of Stephen's created a GoFundMe page. If you'd like to donate even $1, it's going to help his monthly bills alone, outside of rent and all that jazz, and utilities, you know, that stuff. Just because of the illness, because of the insurance, it's $2,000 a month. So if you've followed Wade's journey, be it because you found him on your own or because you found him through me, I would really appreciate it. Number one, if you just send a prayer out, because that can do amazing things, I should know. But if you can help monetarily also, and just give what you can, that would be appreciated too. And I told myself that I wasn't gonna cry because this mascara is not waterproof. But we all know that God can work miracles, and that God has made examples and given, you know, people death sentences and then made them examples of how he can work miracles. So that is our prayer. Anywho, I'll put the link down below where you can go and check out the GoFundMe page, learn a little bit more about Stephen's condition, and help out those two incredible people who mean so much in my life. that being said, Happy New Year, guys. I love you. Go be great and focus on every single thing that you want and desire in the new year and go make it happen. And I'll see you guys right back here real soon. Bye.